Infighting emerges among Democrat leaders busing illegals to each other's sanctuary cities. Now, it's funny watching them infight. They're coming after each other, but they're blaming everyone except for the main person involved. They're afraid to name the person that is the cause of this, and that person is Joe Biden. With his executive orders, with the stroke of a pen, he rolled back all of Donald Trump policies that were protecting our borders, and the legals knew that, and so they just started coming into our country. And now, some of the biggest illegal immigrants that are coming through our open borders are Chinese. The Chinese, we are being infiltrated. Um, we are. I think, and even it's been admitted that each state has safe houses for Chinese illegals. So, what are the Chinese planning? Are they planning to attack us? Are they? I mean, because the majority of them are military age men. So, what is really going on here? But we're here to talk about the infighting among the Democrat leaders. Again, they're blaming everyone except for Joe Biden. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, go to hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from Slay News from Frank Bergman. He reports that infighting has emerged among Democrat governors and mayors as local leaders attempt to offload illegal border crossers to other so called sanctuary cities. It's really funny. Hypocrites, hypocrites. But according to a new report from the Chicago Sun-Times, Democrat leaders are fighting among themselves while busing illegal migrants back and forth from their cities as their own sanctuaries become overwhelmed. The news comes as sanctuary cities are now overflowing with illegals as thousands of foreign nations flood the southern border every day amid Democrat President Joe Biden migrant crisis. The issue, and mind you, they don't mention they don't mention the great Camilla Harris. She's supposed to be the Democrats say no, she's not a diversity hire. She earned this job. She really is. She earned the right to be vice president. And she's our border czar and nowhere to be found on the border. Not you don't really hear her speak about the border. You don't hear about any solutions for the border from her or anything like that. But I digress. The issue has already been causing rifts among the party as Democrat mayors blame Biden's open border for the crisis. The outlet reportedly spoke with multiple figures regarding the ongoing migrant crisis plaguing major cities like Chicago, Denver, and New York City. Democrats have frequently attacked Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott for busing migrants into sanctuary states and cities. However, the report suggests Democrats are frustrated with one another, particularly between the Illinois and Colorado governors. Quote, the Illinois governor, J.B. Pitzer, said that in the meantime, migrants were being sent to Denver, which was sending them to Chicago, which Pitzer called unhelpful, the report said. Quote, he said Democrat Colorado Governor Jared Polis told him, quote, told him, we're not telling people to go to Chicago. They're just getting off the bus and saying they like to go to Chicago. I said, come on, that's not the case. You guys are buying tickets to Chicago. I said to him, we can do the same thing back, and we're going to do it, and we're not going to. This is not how we should be operating. Pritzker also appeared to criticize New York City's Democrat Mayor Eric Adams. The governor claims many of the migrants in his state have been coming from Adams City. So hold on, let me point out the hypocrisy here. The same people that was trying to call out Governor Abbott, Texas Governor Abbott, for busing them to sanctuary cities. These are the same. They were saying, "Oh, this is not right. You shouldn't bust them to our cities." Now they're doing the same thing, busting them to other sanctuary cities. These people are hypocrites. But quote, they're actually a list that I handed to the mayor of Chicago since he is close to the mayor's, Pritzker said. I said, here's a list of how many people have been sent to Chicago. You should call each mayor, starting with the mayor of New York, and tell them you've got to stop doing that. Pritzker reportedly informed Chicago radical Democrat Mayor Brandon Johnson on the matter in January. The Chicago Sun-Times also spoke with former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, whose term ended when migrants started to be shipped to her city. Lightfoot said she and Mayor Adams reached out with the cease and desist message to Governor Polis regarding migrants. He didn't stop until we outed him in public, Lightfoot said. We sent him a letter, we released it to the press, and then they decided, oh, I'm getting bad publicity. I mean, it was the craziest form of politics, crassiest form of politics that I've seen, that I think I've experienced in quite a long time. Pritzker admitted that when the busing of immigrants, of migrants first began in 2020, his administration didn't pay much attention. I did not regard it as a threat, Pritzker said. Yeah, that's because you're not a border state. When you was totally ignored in border states and their gripes, but now that it's in your state, now it's a problem. And even when the first buses arrived, I just viewed it as a stunt and did not think this was going to be 40,000 people arriving, because how would you know? And they certainly weren't telling anybody. By contrast, Lightfoot referred to the beginning of the crisis as an ambush. Those early days, we really didn't get much in the way of a heads up. Lightfoot said we didn't know anything about numbers, who was on the manifest of these buses, what their situation was, who they were, what their countries of origin were, what if any medical needs. We really got next to no information. It was like an ambush. That's what it felt like. I mean, it wasn't an ambush. People warned Biden when he rolled back those and wrote those executive orders and got rid of um, Trump's policies. People warned him like, "Hey, you are basically giving illegal immigrants the green light to filter in through the border." And he wasn't listening because he's is part of the open border society. He is a George Soros acolyte, and he's going to do the bidding of the globalists, and that's what this is about. They want this border wide open, so Chinese, among many, can come and infiltrate. We have cartels coming into this country, setting up shop on reservations, and the federal government is doing absolutely nothing about it. Again, this is by design. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest news. Until next time, peace.